I would pay an ungodly amount of money to go back into time and be a fly on the wall in little Sarah's dorm room with you teaching yourself to crank that.
Because
Is she
I have
an
a
industry
theory.
plant?
Listen, well, first of all, I'm taking over the show today. Since you were kind of like on no man's land this weekend, weren't really like locked into sports. So this is my show now. I am the captain now.
I am the captain now.
I'm a hot girl, I'm a hot girl. I get anything I want, this is my world. I make big moves in my big heels. Since the day that I was born, I've been a big deal.
Welcome to Let Her Shoot, the only podcast that actually is covering... I know this. This is true. We know this. We actually had conversations about this last week where we are the only podcast covering the women's game without tippy-toeing around. No gold stars. Well, I mean, there's some gold stars, but not all gold stars.
And we're not talking about lesbians. Tons of gold star lesbians we talk about on this episode.
I don't know what a gold star lesbian is.
You don't?
Never heard of it.
Really?
No.
Okay, a gold star lesbian is just a lesbian that's never dabbled into men at all. Just was like,
oh, I see. Do you know that Megan, who is with Machine Gun Kelly? Megan Fox. Megan Fox will only sleep with women who are gold star lesbians.
I think you've told me that.
Anyway, respect for the athletes and all the reasons to stay locked in. No kid gloves. Your producer and co-host, Sarah Chovnik, 2-time Emmy Award-winning producer. Co-host, Trysta Crick, 0-time Emmy Award-winning or nominated talent or anything else, but it's debatable about nominations. Find us on YouTube, The Daily W Sports. Find us on Instagram, Daily W Sports. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and like button. I just learned that by listening to some other podcasts. They make sure to promote downloading the actual way to get our numbers up so we can make some goddamn money with this. What are we talking about on the show?
Yeah, we didn't do that. We don't usually do that so well, so I had to put a little note in there to make sure that we do. We've got a killer show for the community today. Some big matchups this week across the WNBA and the NWSL. We are going to be the ones to give Kelsey Mitchell her flowers because apparently nobody else wants to. And I want to make sure that she gets them because...
I saw on Twitter someone was like, the only people should be on the Fever next year are Leah Boston and Caitlin Clark. And I'm like, excuse me?
Well, that's absurd.
That's absurd.
That's absurd. So we're going to be giving Kelsey Mitchell all her flowers. We're actually going to be talking a little bit about the latest in the Caitlin Clark injury saga, which is not really much of anything. Just spoiler alert, but we're going to be talking about how that might affect the Fever. And speaking of the Fever, I want to break down what it's like for heels in women's sports, because this is a debate topic I think we need to have, and I think it's about time to have about Sophie Cunningham.
I agree. I am at my friend's house in Sacramento, and I came here to surprise him for his birthday. And he just, he's with this woman, Katie, who's lovely. But Katie has 4 kids. 4 of them. I only have seen 3. One's 4.
Where's
One's
the other one?
11.
Is she hiding? Is the last one hiding?
She's 20. She's in her 20s.
Oh, okay, yeah. So
the other one's about 4, 11, and 17. The 4 and 11-year-old are obsessed with Ollie and obsessed with me. I'm like a magnet for children.
Probably more so Ollie, yeah.
No, they'll grab my hand. Hey, I need to throw up. Will you come in the bathroom and hold my hair? Sure. Sure. Yep, all good. Hey, can you watch Bluey with me? Why don't you come inside with me?
Bluey
and watch
slaps.
Bluey. By the way, Bluey is a plant for the Australian government because it's an Australian government show. We'll just keep on keeping on. But the news that I have, Sarah, for you. So I came in and I was furiously packing, and by the way, I'm wired. I don't drink caffeine, and I've been drinking these branch chain amino acid with water thing. I'm just in the flow of the family, just doing what the family does. So I'm wired.
Okay.
Anyway, so as you know, the community may not know, Ollie steals
things,
undergarments. So I got to Sacramento, opened my suitcase. Mm-hmm. No underwear.
Like he took them all out before you got there?
He took them out. Don't know where he put them. They were in like a clump, and he just took them. So now I've been just rocking commando and like washing the one pair that I
probably go to the store.
Well, we're going to after this, but it was a lot going on with the kids. I told you the kids came yesterday. We were in it. We were in it. Pool day, bathing suits, Rochambeau. What are those little sandbags? What are those called? You know about those.
I have no idea what any of these words that you're saying to me right now are.
Rochambeau is rock, paper, scissors for...
It's called what?
Rock, paper, scissors? Rochambeau?
Rochambeau?
Yeah, Rochambeau. Rock, paper, scissors. Anyway, what's the little bean bag with the little sliding in the hole? So we were doing that.
Cornhole?
Cornhole tournament. Rochambeau for who goes first. It was a lot. So I've got a pair of jean shorts on right now and no underwear on a high seat that has slight down. I am uncomfortable. I just want everyone to know that any bit of spiciness has come from the fact that I haven't gone on the Target run for underwear yet, and I've had to literally just go with the same one. I've just gone and washed them over and over and over and over again like I'm Little House on the Prairie. So that's where we're at. What's your news?
Well, okay,
is it good news? Is that good news?
That was, I mean, it depends on how you want to look at it. I don't know if I'd call it good.
I mean, it's bad news.
I'd call it news. I'd call it
new news.
Okay, so I have two different announcements. This one is not, because this one's like, my important announcement is like for the show, okay? But my other announcement for you is Sam said pause.
Oh my God, really?
I know. Yeah, she did.
Sorry, Ollie just woke up from a nap for that. Oh, really? What
she
was
did.
The context?
We were at so we went to an ABBA cover band concert last night, which, by the way,
love.
Just the most joyful experience. Just people just, letting loose, right? Like just all kinds of, there's just like all kinds of drugs.
Like on drugs?
I mean, probably. Not that I was on drugs, but.
Were you on an edible?
No.
Are you lying?
No, I didn't have an edible.
Did you take your Pendurman?
Yeah. Pendure?
So you were on, Pendurman? So you were on drugs.
So, irrelevant. So we're all there. So it was me, Sam, my sister-in-law, my mom. And my mom, she's a big kid of the 70s. And she's just flower power all over the place. She just loves it. But it started downpouring, like torrential downpouring at one point. So we had this like kind of waterproof blanket, kind of not waterproof blanket that we pulled over our heads to like hide from. I mean, it was torrential. They were like, please leave, evacuate the area. And we were like,
did you guys leave?
Good seats. No, because we had good seats. So we weren't leaving. And no one else left either. Like we all just kind of hunkered down and just got.
And ABBA came out in the torrential rain?
Well, see, they were like under, it was like, have you ever been to Wolf Trap?
Never. I want to go.
You've never been to Wolf Trap?
No, it's so far, and had no friends, and so nobody went with me.
Okay, well that's unfortunate. But Wolf Trap is like a covered. It's kind of like Red Rocks. Is Red Rocks covered?
Ooh, don't think so.
No, maybe they're not. Anyway, it's like a covered pavilion into like a lawn space. So us cheap people in the cheap seats, we were exposed to the elements. But like the rich folks and the band were underneath the
smart lock was unlocked.
Anyway, so we're there. We're underneath the little tarp at some point, at which point I determined...
The tarp that you guys brought.
The tarp that we brought. I think I said something along the lines of like, stuff it in there or whatever. And Sam just turns to me and goes, pause.
Big pause. Stuff in there.
I think I looked back at her and I went, how dare you? How dare you do
Part
this
of the Kashunity in the Dub Club, Sam, shout out to Sam for doing the Lord's work.
Pause. I'm going to start with my big announcement for you, Trysta. Okay. So we know, speaking of me having a favorite player or having a favorite team, right? It's been a touch and go, right? We've like,
Alyssa Thomas.
Yeah, we've always had like, it's whoever I was watching that weekend, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I've made now after this season, I finally made my decision. and it's a controversial one.
It's a decision about your favorite WNBA team.
Yeah, and I'm joking because it's the Lynx, and I don't think that's
you
really that
decided you're a Lynx
yeah,
fan?
I've decided I'm a Lynx fan. I don't know if you've seen them, but they're good.
When I became an EPL fan for like 3 months, and I never really went back to it because I never know when they play, and they play way too early.
I was like, a mystery.
I was like, I think I've decided, I've watched all the teams, I'm a Man City fan. They're like, okay, so the team that just continues to win over and over with the best player in the world.
Yeah.
You're a fan of that one? Great.
Great. So yes, I'm decided I'm a Lynx fan. And more importantly, I've decided that my favorite player to watch is Courtney Williams. And I don't mean that just for the stud buds reasoning. I love watching Courtney Williams play.
Sarah, you are a woman after my own heart. When I re-engaged in the W, this was 2019, 2020, Courtney Williams played for the Sun. And the Sun have never really been a team that, even when they were winning a lot, they didn't get a lot of national shine. And Courtney Williams was like the first player I latched onto. The way she plays is so accessible.
It's so fun.
So
it's so
fun. Her handles. I was like, she's the one. I have text messages to my friends being like, Courtney Williams is my favorite basketball player to watch on earth.
Yeah. She really, like, I watched 2 Lynx games this weekend, and I was just like, I just really like watching her play.
The mid-range.
It's the midi.
Jab,
it's the midi. That's the best. It was
splash.
so much fun. And I was like, I turned to Sam and I was like, I've made my decision. I've officially made my decision. Get me a Courtney Williams jersey. That's my girl.
Done.
That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. That's where we're at. And also, I don't know if you saw it, but Kayla McBride also had her hair pink this weekend. Did you see that?
And Cheryl Reeve said that if they win the title, she's dyeing her hair pink as well.
Oh, no. I think Cheryl Reeve needs to go pink if they go to the playoffs. I mean, not playoffs. If they go to the finals.
I was going to say, because they're already in.
No, sorry. I meant if they go to the finals, I need it
will.
pink. But which they will, right? I mean, we're going to get a Lynx Liberty final, right?
Maybe not Liberty, honestly, the way the Liberty look.
I've got a dark horse contender for you that I'm thinking about. That's a little teaser for later. But
a little tease. I love a good tease.
A little teaser. I watched them play this weekend, and I was just totally enthralled. I love watching their entire team dynamic. I loved watching Dejanay dancing after the game. They finally got her to do the little cha-cha. Is it the electric slide or cha-cha? No, it's the electric slide.
Because that's the one. Like, that's the culturally, like, we grew up on the electric slide. I don't want people to think that was like a trope. It's just like, I grew up on the electric slide. I never did the electric slide.
Yeah, but you're also significantly older than all the players on that team.
Great. Thank you.
I spent many an hour in my dorm room trying to learn the crank that off YouTube.
I would have loved. I mean, I would pay an ungodly amount of money to go back into time and be a fly on the wall in little Sarah's dorm room with you teaching yourself the crank that with the side bangs and like the makeup's not quite right yet. And I
think I was still wearing dresses back then. It was
oh my God.
Back to Cheryl Reeves dyeing her hair. I actually think the entire team should go pink.
That would be so lit.
For the playoffs.
Fee would definitely do it. She's a team player. Absolutely. She needs a wig because I don't want her hair getting
it's too
damaged from the pink dye. She's like has hair virginity. I love it. But to the point about the Lynx and why you love watching them, it's not just because they're dominant, because there's plenty of dominant teams that fucking suck to watch in sports as a whole. They are so fun. They cut a lot without the basketball. They get into transition. Their offense runs like a fun machine, because there's like machines that are very boring to watch, like a conveyor belt. It's not that. There's a lot of moving parts, but the Willy Wonka, it's like a Willy Wonka factory machine where it's like the gumball comes down and then it slides. And you're like, oh my God, this is so complex. I don't know what's happening, but I love it.
I also love that you can tell, like we keep seeing this.
That they like each other?
That they like each other. That they all genuinely like playing with each other. Like, I don't want to say friends because I don't think that we should dumb women's sports down to.
I think that they're friends, though.
But what I'm saying is, like, even if they're not friends, because I don't think that we should always be like, oh, women are nice to each other, they must be friends. Like, I also think that they all just have a genuine amount of respect for each other and, like, on the court, off the court, and enjoy each other's company. And you can really feel that on the court. Like, at one point, Courtney made a 3, and, like, T, like, jumped off the bench. Like, you would think that she made it. And it's just fun to watch. Like, it's fun to watch that. I really enjoy watching it.
I agree.
Fever Sun was a game that...
For the ages.
Listen.
I tuned in late because you texted me.
Because I was like, oh my God, you have to get it to a TV right now. I do not know what Kelsey Mitchell is doing, but it's not even human.
And you were like, oh, the Fever, first of all, you texted me and you're like, the Fever are getting their ass beat by the Connecticut Sun.
They were.
I'm thinking in my head when you text me that. Okay, no Ari McDonald, backup point guard who's doing everything for this team. She's gone. No Sid Colson, the backup point guard. She's gone. Obviously no Caitlin Clark. She's gone. And I'm thinking in my head, okay, how is this Odyssey Sims ingratiation going to go? And we are team Odyssey Sims. I love her. I love like everything about her game, and the way that the Sparks did her so dirty like pisses me off. So I was like, well, maybe she's not playing well, maybe she just hasn't. And also for the Fever, how are you guys going to be able to survive without and especially you could be falling down the standings and miss the playoffs altogether. And then you're like, no, they're making a comeback.
Because keep in mind, what you didn't see and what we have not mentioned was in the second quarter, Sophie Cunningham goes down with, I mean, we can't speculate as to what the injury is. We have not gotten an official injury, but I'm going to make a bold claim to say that Sophie Cunningham will not be back on the court this season. I mean, it looked bad enough that I feel safe saying that, you know.
It just buckled?
It was on the transition. And the camera was on Lexi Hull, so you didn't really see what happened. All you saw was everyone get down to the end of the court, and then the whistle blew. And then it went back to Sophie, and she's laying under the basket just holding her knee. So you didn't actually like see what happened. But a lot of people online, maybe there was a different angle that I must have missed because I was probably texting you about it to be like, oh, well, Sophie Cunningham is done for the season. But a lot of people
we're not saying it's true because we're not breaking news here.
No, we're not breaking news. No, that was just me, my immediate text that I sent because I'm also a catastrophizer. So that's where I go. I don't know if she like fell into Sophie or something, but like hit her at the knees and Sophie went down and stood up and then fell back down again. So I'm not sure what happened, but at that moment, the Fever are already down like 14. Sophie goes down and you're like, well, this game is clearly over. But for some reason, I kept watching it.
Which, by the way, can we just give Sarah little claps for watching a Fever Sun blowout with no one on the team but Aaliyah Boston and Lexi Hull just vibing? Congratulations.
I think I was mostly watching for Odyssey, to be honest, because we had been talking so much about Odyssey, and I wanted to see her on the court and see what she was going to be able to do. Because she got the start for the game over Lexi, and she had 19 points.
Yes.
In the game. I mean, she had 19 points. She played really, really well, and she looked really happy playing.
Yeah, made some crucial free throws down the stretch as well.
She did, yeah. And then Kelsey Mitchell, she had 38 points, tied her career high.
I think that's the most points in a WNBA game this year. That's what I read online, at least.
I think that sounds right. I was actually kind of pissed because I think I sent you a text right after she got to 34, and I think I said Kelsey Mitchell's going to hit a 40-burger, and then they took her out, and they took her out right at 38, and I was like, oh, son of a bitch. I wanted to be right about that.
And you talk about like players that are fun to watch. Kelsey Mitchell, when she's on,
she's
also really fun to watch.
34
so crafty, fast. I think that they did a poll recently, a player poll, and they asked people on camera who's the hardest player to guard in the league, and they all said Kelsey Mitchell, or at least all the ones that I viewed.
34 of her points were after halftime. which is just, I mean, 34 in one game is a lot, but 34 in one half is
nuclear. Just nuclear. You didn't need to have that level of intensity and toughness, but that just kind of shows where the Fever are not only at right now, but the grit that they have, the resiliency that they have. Stephanie White discussed it as well after the game, because I tuned in like probably 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. And then obviously overtime was electric as well. So, but this just goes to show you that the race to just stay into the playoffs is so tight.
It's crazy.
You can't even lose a game to the Sun without knowing that could tumble you down the standing.
The Minnesota Lynx, I know they clinched. I can't remember if that was since we've last talked or, I mean, unsurprising. They have 5 losses. But, yeah, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So right now it's Lynx, Dream, Liberty, Mercury, Aces, Fever, Valkyries, and Storm. Aces are on a 7-game win streak.
I was literally just as I was looking at the standings being like, I really want us to talk about how the Aces are 9-1 in their last 10 games. And all of a sudden they're a 5 seed, which would put them squarely to play the Mercury in the first round. And I
actually like them over the Mercury.
So do I.
Right now. That was what I was going to say. That's my dark horse going into this playoff right now, because they came out on August 2nd and they lost to the Lynx by 53. And that just seemed to must have like light a fire inside of them, because they've now come out and they've gone on a 7-game win streak since then. Asia had 34 last night. And they just seem to be picking up all of the momentum that the Storm have put down.
Yes. Beat the Wings by a bajillion. Beat the Mercury. Beat the Liberty without Breanna Stewart. Beat the Storm by 4. That's a gritty win. Beat the Valkyries twice in a row. And yeah, that's the games after the Aces lost to the Lynx by a bajillion. So, yeah. And then Asia, did you see Asia's comments after that game where she was like, if you push too hard on a fart, shit comes
it'll come out as shit or something.
It's like, it sounds like they were really trying to figure out what was wrong with them for so long, that they were pushing buttons and really felt like they were trying to like recapture momentum instead of just playing freely.
And just playing Aces ball. Yeah.
So
and Alyssa Smith has been a big contribution, I think, since coming in there. I feel like the team, it lines up a little bit with that turnaround that they've had.
Yes.
So
I want to say that there's a graphic out about what they are, so I'm going to look at my phone.
Since pulling Alyssa?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Vegas has won 13 of 19 games. They are 13-6 since Alyssa Smith arrived.
What is Alyssa bringing to that squad that you think that they were missing? That, because it almost kind of seems like, is that the puzzle piece that just sort of...
They needed someone to do a lot of the dirty work. Mm-hmm. And she slotted in pretty seamlessly to the starting lineup and is just a very selfless role player that allows, I believe, Asia to be Asia. And Asia doesn't have to do really any of the things that she doesn't want to do, and still can do everything. She always will do everything. But she's super efficient right now. I'm just looking at this, 70% or above from the floor on 6 games already. So she's been really...
That's Alyssa.
Yes, Alyssa. She's been a really good addition. So I think what's fascinating and what I really want to see, honestly, a good storyline, a secondary storyline, is Dejanay leaving to the Lynx, our favorite team, and Alyssa going to the Aces. Could you imagine a finals with Alyssa Smith versus Dejanay? You didn't even think of that, did you?
Well, no, that was what I... Well, to be honest, I didn't think about the girlfriend aspect of it. But earlier when I said my little dark horse for later is that I'd love to see an Aces Lynx final. I think that would
fuck the Liberty. Fuck them.
I mean, they had it last year.
It's not meant as like a real fuck them. I just think when you have
They've got a lot of problems right now. Let me rephrase that. They have a lot of injuries right now.
Yeah, when you have this many injuries all season long, Jonquel was out multiple times. Sabrina had a little bit of a neck and back tweak. And then Breanna Stewart, right after they started figuring out their flow, they really haven't been themselves since Breanna Stewart went down either. So you need everyone to be firing on all cylinders. You've got teams nipping at their bud, like the Atlanta Dream could end up being the second seed. And so it just feels like there's been a lot of hiccups. Would I be surprised if the Liberty were in the finals? No. But, like, they are a super team. They are a super duper team. They acquired Breanna Stewart. They acquired Jonquel. They acquired Emma Miesemann. They acquired Natasha Cloud. They just are an acquisition super team. The Lynx, on the other hand, yes, they've acquired Courtney Williams and Natisha Heidemann and Dejanay, but, like, their cornerstone player, and maybe you can say this about Sabrina as well, but the fact that Nafisa Collier is the franchise and was drafted there, and they're so likable, and I kind of got screwed over in Game 5 of the WNBA Finals last year. I feel like they should have won. So I'm still kind of mad. And on top of that, the fact that Kathy Engelbert, the commissioner, wore a long bodycon dress in, like, with the Empire State Building.
That was weird.
It was giving rigged. So
It's giving.
I don't love
It's giving state-sponsored
Yes.
media, right? State-sponsored teaming.
I think we need to get rid of the ring camera also, as an aside. Ollie, every time the ring camera comes on and makes a noise.
That's what he's barking at?
He barks. He's barking at the ring camera. It's pissing me off. I'm done.
Do you want to hear a sad story?
Always.
Tiger is afraid of the ring camera sound. If he hears the ring camera sound, he runs. And I like to think it's because he thinks he has an association to my ex. And when she would come home from work and he would hear the ring
Oh,
doorbell,
no. That is traumatic.
I know.
We should give him treats every
I don't even have a ring
time.
camera. But if someone else's ring camera goes off in his presence, he runs away.
Oh, no.
It's very sad.
That's a sad side road.
Speaking of sad side roads, let's go back to the Fever. We were just talking about injury problems. And I don't think any team this season has been plagued by injury quite as badly as the Fever. They've now lost 4 guards, which, like, to be honest,
guard final destination.
It's like the guard final, which you don't want to be, I would assume. And I don't even know, like, you're at the point now where you're like, I don't even know what they're going to do, or if they can even right the ship, or if they can even make up a roster. I mean, you've got Caitlin. Well, let's go back. Ari and Sid out for the season. We know that for a fact. They're not coming back. They are not going to see the hardwood the rest of this year. Sophie Cunningham, we do not know. I'm sure the second we stop recording this podcast, there will be an update that says what Sophie Cunningham's injury is, and we'll know for sure. But I feel pretty good by saying I don't really see her coming back and playing anytime soon. And Caitlin Clark, when asked when she was coming back, the answer was, quote, "The hope is that she's back." That's pretty ominous.
Yeah, I hate that. And honestly, you kind of feel like, I'm not saying you gotta shut her down forever, the rest of the season, the rest of the playoffs. But if Sophie Cunningham is out for the year, and I have no idea if that's what's going on, but say she tore her knee up.
Let's say hypothetically, yeah.
Say hypothetically it was an ACL, MCL, or something.
Worst case, yeah.
We can't just have Caitlin and Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell and Lexi Hall. We know that that's a first-round exit no matter what. That's just what it is. You have no ability to go deep in this playoffs.
There's no depth.
You have no bench. You barely have a starting 5 that makes any damn sense. Barely. And then you're talking about teams that will be fully healthy and ready to go. And the biggest problem that you want to avoid is a Caitlin Clark setback. So she's got to be 100% healthy to come back, like 100%.
And I don't think, if I'm the Fever right now, and I'm looking at my roster, if I'm looking at my training room and seeing 6 of my stars, or at least 4 of my star players in there with some sort of Are you gone? Oh, he's back. But if I'm Stephanie White, or I'm even just the GM, right? I'm not putting her back out there this year. That's the worst thing you could... I mean, not the worst thing, but you're not going to beat the Lynx. You're not going to beat the Aces. You're not going to beat the Liberty. You're not going to beat the Mercury. You're not going to beat the Dream in the playoffs. So at this point, what are you fighting for? You're fighting for... It's just ego, right? To see how far you can get.
And it's really just Sophie. It's really just the injury to Sophie. So if Sophie comes back this season, and I think it's fine. But her intensity and her toughness, her ability to be a villain and be physical and talk shit, I think that if she's okay to come back, then you say, okay, then Caitlin's okay to come back, because we think we at least can field a real team that has a shot. I think that the Fever, even without Ari McDonald and without Sid Colson, who were basically non-factors, you basically have the same team that you started the year with. And you've got Odyssey Sims coming off the bench, which I think is actually probably a slight upgrade to Sid Colson. So, and Ari McDonald, it's debatable with that. But then you're basically the same team as you were. And I think you can beat the Aces that way. You have beat the Aces that way. You've beaten a bunch of teams. You've beaten the Dream. You've gone toe-to-toe with the Liberty. But if there's no Sophie, I just think there's just too much issues, too many pieces of adversity to overcome.
Do you think they even go out and try to sign someone and bring someone in to fill out that roster? Or do you think they just...
I mean, it's getting close to just being hardship clauses.
It is.
So,
yeah.
I don't think so, no.
It just is. It just kind of, it is what it is. Let's talk about Sophie. You mentioned her being a villain. And
I know I lobbed that for the next segment. Did you know?
You did. Sophie has... I feel like Sophie Cunningham, for the good, the bad, or the ugly of it, has really kind of propelled herself to the front lines of the WNBA Twitter war this year. Has she not?
She has turned herself into a top 5 most talked about player in the WNBA.
She's turned herself into a soundbite. Like, if she says something, it's going to get aggregated and it's going to get around. Like,
and I tell you, I am loving the clips that are coming out of this podcast.
Here's the thing. And I feel like I need to be like very clear on when we say we love Sophie Cunningham. We don't love Sophie Cunningham's politics or Sophie Cunningham's...
Who knows? I don't know where she stands.
Where she stands on any issue, social or political or whatever.
She's a certified star.
I have to say this. Sophie Cunningham is getting people to talk about the W. And
like men that do not watch the W, and it's not just because she's hot. I've had multiple people say,
that's the part right there.
She's hot, but it's not. That's not why I like her. She's not just because she's hot, because there's plenty of hot players in the W that are not interested in everything. It's almost getting people to be obsessed with her. She has that almost an ability, and it's like I need to know everything about Sophie Cunningham. I need to consume everything she does. I want to see her tunnel walks. I want to see everything that she says. I want the back and forth in the game.
I want to know.
I want to know when she became a black belt. There's just so much fascinating elements of her that make her this really alpha, really strong, but really beautiful, spicy villain. And I think she kind of likes being the villain.
I asked you this weekend because we started talking about this. Heels, right? Yes. Heels in wrestling are the highest paid and the most loved. I worked on a documentary.
They're not loved.
But they are. And I'll tell you why I know that. So I did a documentary on The Undertaker, right? Who is like notably, who is Mark, my buddy Mark, which...
Doesn't he text you about like college football?
Football? Yeah, like he'll last a couple, like a year or two ago when Texas beat Alabama, he just sent me like a hook 'em. And I was like, oh, fuck you. When I would walk around with him at events, we went to WrestleMania, notably. I went a lot of places with him, but one place we went was WrestleMania. And his whole job, when he is in his costume, is to be the meanest human being he can possibly be. He is the nicest human being I've ever met in my life, but he knows that that character that he plays is so necessary for the WWE. And part of me is like, does Sophie know that being a heel and being a villain is good for the WNBA? Is that why she's doing this? Because she's just like picking fights with people, right? Like left and right. She came for Dewanna Bonner, which has been a saga already.
And spun the block and doubled and tripled down on it.
And like, and she has zero fear when she talks on her podcast. And now, again, Sophie comes with a lot of, I think, already polarizing characteristics, you know, if her political beliefs are...
Let's take it out of it. Like, I'm not thinking about it.
But I'm not talking about that at all. I'm talking about just Sophie Cunningham as a heel of the WNBA. Like, the one kind of picking fights on the court, the one that's trash talking, the one that's like, we hate that team, this is a rivalry. I like that. I like that stuff.
By the way, what if, I have a theory, what if Sophie Cunningham is one of the most progressive, open-minded, inclusive human beings?
She has an equality tattoo.
Yeah, like on her hip so no one can see it unless she's just in her bathing suit. So... what if when that rumor came out, she was like, well, this is fucking bullshit. That's not even who I am. And da-da-da-da-da. And people were like, no, Sophie. What you need to do
lean in.
Is not say anything about it and let them wonder. And they already, because the WNBA is such a left-leaning, swinging league, that now you're hated by players just because of this that they don't even know if it's true. And now if you get physical and aggressive, and let's get you to the fever, where it's already a political hotbed, and now you're the fucking heavy for Caitlin Clark. And now you start sounding off and spilling tea about how much the Mercury hated her. You are just, I mean, you have become a heel. This is an opportunity.
She's a heel. Yeah.
And maybe, like, who knows, maybe she's like the nicest person. And she also has that little southern twang that also doesn't help the reputation, because she's from Missouri, I think. And so she's got like a lot of things outside of her opinions that make the fans, the hardcore like fans of the league, already hate her. So it's perfect.
I could change her. Did you see, by the way, that the new Portland Fire president got a Portland Fire tattoo?
You know, I did. I didn't know that was the president, but I saw it circulating around. And then did the kombucha meme to it, where it was like kind of a thing. And I think I want the P on my...
I was going to ask if you would be willing to get a Portland Fire tattoo.
I think just the P, though. Just the P of the Portland.
I think you need to do that.
I am kind of thinking about it.
I think we should have, though, I think there should be like a thing. Like, we have to get to X amount of comments.
If we get to 5,000 subscribers.
Okay. Then you'll get a Portland Fire tattoo.
And our 5,000th subscriber has 3 spots on my body they can choose, and I get to choose one of them. Because I'm not going to put it on my ass. I'm not going to put it on my boob. It can't be anywhere sexual, but you get to choose a place.
You give them the 3 options, and then they have to pick, and they can pick it. Oh.
Sure. But I was saying they could choose someone that are not sexual, and then I would choose the one that I'm most comfortable with. It's not a neck. It's not a boob. It's not an ass. But, like, where on the arms? Where on the
like
back?
a tasteful.
Yeah, a tasteful one.
Body spot.
Yeah. I really like biceps. I was just literally thinking about maybe getting something right there, right on this part of the arm.
And if we get to 10,000 subscribers, I will get a Lynx tattoo.
Oh my God, that would be so
Just kidding.
You should get a spirit tattoo, though.
I should get a spirit tattoo. Actually, I would do that for free. So.
Retirement should not be overcomplicated. You should feel like the advice that you're getting fits your life, not someone else's agenda. That is straight talk and a solid strategy, and that's what you get from Fuchs Financial, our guy. Watch Ben's show, How to Retire, on his YouTube page, which we link in the show notes. Thank you to Ben. Seriously, thank you to Ben for believing in what we're doing over here. Our first sponsor, our most important sponsor to date. and we're always going to keep it solid. So go over there and check Ben out.
The Spirit game was, I just want to point out, last week, what did I say about Sofia Cantore?
You said she has shown in the very little amount of time that she was out on the field, out on the pitch, she's going to be a game changer for the Spirit. That's what you said.
And she was. I don't know. Did you see her goal?
In the final seconds?
No, that was Kawasi.
Okay.
I'm talking, Cantore was like right kind of out of the gate. It was an early goal.
No, I didn't see that one.
So, Sofia Cantore is early in the game. But just watch rocket.
Whoa. How far away was she there?
Far. She's way outside the box.
Wow. Ciao. Ciao, Bella.
So, I just want to say that, I mean, look at this. Look at this. Bam! So, Sofia Cantore has that absolute rocket. And then Louisville comes back. It's 2-1 going into the whatever, 50.
By the way,
or
didn't know that Louisville was any good. Didn't know that Louisville was doing a damn thing.
I mean,
their name is Racing Louisville. Okay, like
So let me tell you about the thing that happened. Speaking of this game, so you saw the video that we posted, right?
Yes.
The chance.
Yes.
So, by the way, as of time of recording, I have not seen a single other news outlet post this, which is super interesting. But for those who were not watching the game and have not come across our video on the internet, so you probably don't know about this, but during the game, at the 51st minute, which I did not realize that that's when it was, but the symbolism of that gives me chills. But at the 51st minute, the crowd, the rowdy, however many, 10,000 people that were there.
And the reason that it was at the 51st minute is because DC technically is not a state, but
Correct,
they were like
yeah.
kind of the 51st state.
Yeah, and that's been the whole thing about getting statehood so we can get equal benefits and rights,
taxation
and,
without representation.
Taxation, that whole taxation representation thing, right? So at the 51st minute, they start cheering "Free DC" for a solid minute, and the Amazon announcers completely laid out, not a sound in the booth, and just let it go so that you could hear what they were saying. Because at first I went, what are they saying?
Good for Amazon.
Right? That's what I said. Good for them. And even if maybe management didn't want it, but at the very least, I give their sound mixer, their producer, and their talent a lot of credit for just shutting up in that moment and letting it happen. Because in case you really are living under a rock, you would know that DC was occupied this weekend by National Guard and all of other Trump's
ICE,
cronies.
ICE,
everyone.
Taking over the police. Back to the Spirit. Are they for real?
Back to the Spirit.
Can they win the whole thing?
Let me tell you, after watching Kawasi's game-tying goal, I was off my couch and screaming at the TV when she scored it, because it was I said Sofia Cantore goal, that's early lock for goal of the year, and then Rose Kawasi said, hold my beer, and one-upped her in the same game.
Does Kawasi start?
Mm-hmm.
She does.
Well, yes.
Not all the time?
Not all the time. In this last one, she came in for Gift Monday.
Okay, that's why. That makes sense, because I don't see a lot of Kawasi, but I watch a lot of Gift Monday.
Yeah,
Gift Monday's
and Trinity came on as a sub as well, and now I cannot remember who she came in for. But Kawasi's goal at the end was, she just did this little, she kind of megged, I don't remember who Ari Borges is who she was on. She kind of megged her, and then just boop, boop, and that was the last, it was at the buzzer. That was the last play of the game. So it was fun. I think DC is, I said to Sam last night, we were watching Pride versus Current, and the game, by the way, was kind of really boring in a way that it shouldn't have been, which I'll go back to.
But they're both defensive teams. Ugh.
Yeah, but they're not. They have Shawinga, they have Michelle Cooper, which, by the way, if you're ever watching a Kansas City game and you hear what sounds like booing, they're not actually booing. They're yelling Coop. And I only learned that way too late, because I was like, why do they keep booing Michelle Cooper? I do not understand what's going on. But they have Barbara Banda on the other side, Marta on the other side. Like, there should have been a couple goals scored in this game. It was not.
That just tells you how good Kansas City's defense really is, that they can stop
Kansas City is terrifying.
Goal scorers in the world.
And that's the thing is,
in
like,
history.
you ask, like, are the Spirit a contender? Yes. I truly do believe that the Spirit are a contender. I think that there's one wall that could and will get in the way, and I worry that wall is the Kansas City Current.
How hurt is Barbara Banda?
Well, we don't know. There hasn't been an update. She went down. Actually, this was insane. She went down on a challenge from Shawinga, who raced her the entire length of the field. I don't even know where she came from. And on a challenge, and they kind of went down awkwardly. And Banda grabbed, it was like the inside of her thigh. And they took her off the field, and she came back like 10 minutes later and with like an ice pack and sat on the sideline. But they haven't said what it was. Like, if it was I think it's positive that they didn't immediately take her out to get x-rays. But
yikes.
I don't know that we haven't heard an update yet, so I don't know. But the Pride could be in a little bit of trouble if she misses significant time.
Definitely.
The San Diego Wave are on the upslope, which is kind of mind-boggling to me because they don't have the same star power on that team.
I never even hear about them.
You don't. You really don't. If you get
on the NWSL like Twitter page or Instagram page, you never see any San Diego Wave highlights.
No, but they are sneakily now second in the table.
Scary.
So, I still think the Spirit. I think it's probably going to come down to Spirit, Pride, or Kansas City. Couple just other quick two little notes on soccer. Esther is going to be a mom. Esther is going to be a mom.
Does that mean that this bitch isn't going to play next year?
Okay, so I think her wife is the one that's pregnant.
Oh, okay. Good.
I think. Because we could not tell from the post. There was no real clear indication, and all the outlets you can tell are also kind of like, well, we're not really sure which one of them is pregnant, but we're going to say congratulations to the couple because we don't really know who is pregnant. But I also feel like I just want to have that addressed for Gotham's purposes. Like, are they going to need to replace Esther, or is she just going to be, having to run when the call is made that someone's in labor? I don't know. We're going to find out. But congratulations to them. And also congratulations to Clarissa Laracy, who I'm just giving a shout out. She just got signed by the Houston Dash, and she used to play at the same soccer club in Canada as Sam growing up. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That is a congratulations.
I want you to watch a couple of these because you did not watch it, but let me tell you, there are some highlights from the USA flag football, women's flag football at the World Games. They ended up losing.
I thought it was on at 9:30 and it was on at like 6 a.m.
No, it was on at like 2 a.m. And I thought it was on at noon. On their web, it was in China.
Oh, I feel that needed to be discussed.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. And when I woke up and I was drinking my coffee and I was like, oh, okay, the game is coming on in an hour or two. And then I looked at my phone. And I looked at my phone and we even had up on our Threads page already, the result of the game. And I was like, what is going on? What do you mean the game was already played? I just totally missed it. I was really pissed. I would have slept through it anyway because it was at
I'm not
3 a.m.
I'm not waking up at 11 p.m. I think it'll
not at my old ass age. I'm not waking up in the middle of the night. The last time I did that was when the U.S. played Sweden, and we all saw what happened there.
I didn't see it.
You didn't watch that game when the U.S. played Sweden?
No.
In the World Cup?
Oh, I did watch it. That was horrible.
That's what I was talking about.
That's what I was talking about. Yeah, but I didn't know what you were like when you watched it.
Not happy.
Okay.
All right, so this is London Jenkins.
She's a badass. Oh my
Watch
goodness.
this.
What? Spin. She is gone.
gone.
That's Tyreek
And
Hill.
she's
That's
gone.
Tyreek Hill right there.
That's and the little spin, the little
And
spin,
a spin.
the little move. Watch
I
this.
think she should be in
She
the
go-
end.
whoop!
Oh, ski. Oh
She
my
hit
goodness.
X. right
She
there.
pixelized. She was so fast that the video pixelized.
I know.
No, anyway, that I think we need to make sure. We need to make sure that we have these flag football matches not in China so that we can actually watch them. If we want to grow the game, they need to be on at least Eastern Standard Time, period. Or on a weekend and played on delay or some, I don't know, like they do in the Olympics.
Something.
Awesome show. Thanks for listening. I need to go to Target to get some draws, some panties, because I have jean shorts on and it is not a great situation. Thank you guys for listening. I was in a spicy mood, but doing this show always brings me out of whatever bullshit that I'm in. I have a 4-year-old probably waiting to just show me something horrendous or hilarious or make me eat or something gross. Anyway, drop a comment below. Give us your takes. Tell us what you agree with, what you disagree with. Keep it respectful. Don't say anything mean. We want to continue to make this community as robust and supportive and have that commentary go back and forth and conversation forward. So send us also an email, hello@dailywsports.com. Send us questions. We may even have a mailbag if we get enough of them. DM us on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at the Daily W Sports. And as always, like and subscribe to the pod, to the YouTube. And what do they say, Sarah? 3, 2, 1. Let her shoot.
I'm a hot girl, I'm a hot girl. I get anything I want, this is my world. I make big moves in my big heels. Since the day that I was born, I've been a big deal.